there an inspiration? I don't think there is. McGuigan boxing cleverly now on the defence as Pedrosa comes in, leads with his head. The referee separates them. There's 10 seconds to go. McGuigan on the ropes, off the ropes, takes a left to the body. The champion has no venom left. As McGuigan goes for the big finish, catches him with the right hand. It's all over. McGuigan is the new world champion.
McGuigan's in trouble in this last round. Looks to his corner. He's dazed. McGuigan cut with the right hand and he zigzags into the ropes. And Cruz has hurt McGuigan. McGuigan is cut with the left hand. He's been urged on. And the right and left of McGuigan is on the floor. McGuigan is gone. And there's the bell for the end of the fight. McGuigan back again with ease. McGuigan is gone.
It's a couple of years on now. I know I'm not going to be able to box forever. I know that this is an open-ended thing, this boxing. I mean, it could be one fight, it could be 10 fights, I don't know. So I realise that it could end after the next one. I want to win the world title again. That's what I want. And, I mean, if I'm not going to win the world title, if I don't feel I'm going to be champion again, I don't want to be in boxing. I don't want to be second best in boxing. It's bad coming second. For a year and a half or 2 years I was confused and I didn't like myself like that. I didn't trust people. I had a sort of a complex, you know. I felt everybody was trying to screw me, you know. I had an awful amount of trust in Barney Eastwood. Got very close to. He took me out to Las Vegas. When things started to go wrong and the opponent pulled out, we had a legitimate excuse to come home. I had a very bad injury to my ankle and a very severe injury to my left ear. And I literally begged him to take me home. He wouldn't take me home. And I literally got down on my knees and he said and made all sorts of excuses and he still made me go through with the fight. I'll never forgive him for that. I've grown up. Unfortunately, I learned the hard way. I was a bit shell-shocked for a while, but I've got past that stage now. And I just want to look to the future. I want to go on.
So you want to say something else there, Carl?
I didn't see it.
You right?
Aye.
Aye.
10 stone, 3.5 pounds.
Rub you down, won't it?
No, it's all right. Nice and relaxed, get there.
Really, he's got a tremendous burden on his shoulder at the moment. The emotion that will be generated here this evening, the emotion that he must be feeling, that he's got to prove himself in front of the fans, that he still has it in him. He's still got somewhere to go, and obviously he wants to become world champion. We've invested a tremendous amount of money in giving Barry this opportunity, and he's obviously invested a tremendous amount of time. He's probably about the most popular boxer this country, I think, has ever seen.
Listen, don't do that, don't shine your chin no more, leave him there. But leave him go.
Barry then approached me and asked if I would manage him. I agreed to manage him and thought about, well, you know, why not for managing him? I might as well promote him. So I then paid £200,000 to acquire the right to promote Barry's fights, the next 3 fights. So that's what happened.
How difficult a decision was it to decide to get back to fighting?
It was a difficult decision after my dad died. He was very close to me, and it was, but I know he's up there helping me. And every time it gets tough, I ask him for help. I think the McGuigan era is just returned.
Right, Paddy, how you doing? Right, fight? Ah, good fight, yeah, good stuff. You gave him it, you really gave him it.
Well, almost.
I
couldn't get him over, but I gave him a bit of a hiding. So,
at least you got
fingers crossed for the next one.
Yeah.
That's it.
Good to see you.
Good, Paddy.
All the best. At home, the family's everybody in the town really. They're all my family. I feel that they are, you know. They were 100% behind me, and they knew I had been treated very badly, you know.
Do you want strawberries? Yeah, I'll take some. Yeah. Right, did you watch the fight? Yes, it was great. Danny was watching it as well. Oh, was he? He was all excited about it. I didn't. Well, he's grand. It's fine. No problem.
My brother Dermot and I dreamt of being world champions when we joined the local boxing club. It was several miles away in the north, so Daddy built us our own gym. This is where it all started.
Yeah. Do you remember your first fight?
I remember coming down, there was a few more seats than there is at the moment here.
Yeah, it was packed up the whole way. That was packed,
so it was jammed. And first thing was Daddy wasn't going to let me box because I'd done something wrong at home. And he said to me, "You're not boxing." And I hadn't trained for it or nothing. I remember you wearing a pair of green shorts and a lump of a vest and a lump of gutties. And I come staggering down, Albert Hugh Pritchard was using the referee, and I was measuring it. And all it was, like, you're the same size as that fella, you'll box him, that was it, you know. And there was no weights or age category, and so in I goes, and I remember the guy's name was Ronan McManus from Enniskillen. I'm not so sure how the fight ended. I think you know.
I remember what happened because the referee took the two of you together like this, and he said, "When I tell you to break." And
no hitting with the inside of the glove,
etc. Now back to your corner and start fighting, and you do it, and you hit the poor lad in the jaw.
That's why he took his hand away. He took his hand away, and I lashed into him. And I remember the place was in uproar. Mel was telling me he was boxing against this American guy, and same old story. He was boxing for a European selection against an American guy, and it was in Dublin. And he was in boxing, and your man, big black guy, and boom! And he was all over the place. He grabbed on. It was an Irish referee.
Looks Brannigan.
He said, he said, "You're holding, Jerry. You're holding O'Coleman." He's holding on. He says, "You're holding O'Coleman." He says, "Break it," and he break up. And as soon as he said break, he grabbed me. And he said, "You're holding O'Coleman." He says, he got fed up, and your man's all over the shop. You see, his legs are gone. So the referee eventually jumps in. He says, "Break, stop boxing, hold your man back." He says, "I told you, O'Coleman." He says, "You're holding. Now stop holding." And he says, "What the fuck would you do?" He says. Great story. I'll tell you, in actual fact, he says, Lugs would tell that story afterwards and laugh his brains off. You know?
Do you remember your first title?
Oh, down in
Limerick.
Down in Limerick, I remember.
Yeah. You fought
Brereton. I fought Brereton in the semi-final. No, who did I fight in the final? I fought Brereton in the final.
The final, yes, in Limerick, yeah. You only, what, 15?
I was 15, that's right. It was the first Irish title I fought for.
That's right.
I remember fighting with green. We were fighting with green gloves.
That's right.
Green and blue
yeah.
gloves.
We all headed down.
Finbar and Dick Kiplis and all the boys down. We had a great night. Remember?
He had the champagne. And he got drunk and we wouldn't let him drive home.
He was going to fight everybody.
He said he was going to walk.
That's right. Yeah.
100 and what?
Yeah.
180 miles.
180 miles. Well, this is where it all started.
This is indeed where it started.
And you never know, we might get the big one back here, Dennis. Huh? It'll be a dream come true.
It would be a dream come true if you could get it here.
Fantastic.
It would take a lot of organising, I suppose.
Yeah.
But if it could be here, it would put the icing on the cake.
Be great.
And whatever opponent would turn up here would have the blooming life scared of him before he even went into the ring. There'd be 40,000 raging Irishmen roaring at him. So
who knows? The door's open. This is the Largy School, Tanshiarrocks. National school, or one of them. We enjoyed many's a battle on that hill. Because we'd line up on the bottom here. The other class would be on top. And always, the bigger class would nearly always be on top. And what we'd do is we'd line the lads up along the side here. And they'd start talking with the other guys, you see? And chanting at each other. And I'd normally come along, pop myself up like this, down on the ground, crawl up, jump over the top, and onto the biggest one, and then the whole team would run up and we'd take the hill, and we'd slam into them. It was a battle every day, but it was great crack. And this is where the fighting all started. Well, many of my best battles were on that hill, actually. It's very run down now. It's used for the Boy Scouts. My young brother Daniel actually goes up here. Used to be just raw clay, and we'd end up getting right mucky and dirty, and we come home and get clattered about the ears when we come home. What did you get dirty for? The poor Clares in Belfast are ardent supporters of mine. They are usually not allowed to watch television, but they get a special dispensation when I fight. You know, I've still got my home in Newton Butler and or in Clones. It's just outside the road from Clones. It's in the north of Ireland, but it's beside the town. And I'll always consider that my home. And I will eventually go back there.
Turn around, look at that. Some sandwiches. Right. Ian? Do you want a big one?
No.
Do you want a sandwich?
No, it's ham and tomato. No, I don't want any sandwich.
You just want to wait in your dinner later?
Oh, because I've got a huge family. they were all around me. I made the obvious decision to bring them all with me. to England.
Thanks.
Here we are.
Not too bad. Talk to you later.
England 0, the Republic of Ireland 1.
Huh?
It was.
Nothing. Have you got more gear for
Daddy, of Ireland wins.
Daddy's nose. Daddy's nose got boxed.
What?
Kiss me right on where it's cut.
Stand there and don't move.
Daddy, you know what? You know what? When I was
What's going on? So is it children?
I didn't want to spend all my time away from my kids. I think the big thing that I missed with my father was that I missed the early years with him. He was a show band man and he was away every night of the week. Since Daddy died, I'm very close to my son Blaine. I didn't want to be away from him, so I said I'm going to have to start to get a house over here so I can bring them all with me and I can spend time with them. And they're all with me and got a number 4 on the way. Daddy was a very entertaining fella. He was very talented. He could have been a comedian. He was very, very good on the concert flute. And it's a terrible shame that he's gone now, and none of us have his talents. You know. It was the last weekend he was away. He came home. My sister's daughter was getting christened, and he was in London that weekend playing. And he came home after it. He had real bad pains in his tummy. On the right hand side of his stomach was swollen up. And he said to me, "I'm not even going to bother going to the doctor. I just got to go and see Dr. Pele in Monaghan. It's such bad pains." But I loved him.
Yeah, but who's that?
Dylan.
You're very close, but that is Frank Bruno.
Frank Bruno.
And who's that? Who's he lifting up?
Daddy.
Sparring's a bit tougher this time because of the fact that the guys are taller. I've got to chase them all the time. Chase. I like to be away from the family when I'm training. I like to get myself into good shape, and the only way I can do that is to go away from home. I've got 3 young kids, and it's impossible to concentrate on boxing all the time when you're at home. This morning I ran for 40 minutes. I lost 2 pounds. In the gym, I'll probably lose 3.
Yeah, it's a lot of fighters like their hands done, like their trainers do their hands, but since I've been on, a lot of fighters do their own hands. Barry does his own hands while he's training. He knows how he likes, comfortable he likes it. The usual herringbone type bandage most fighters use.
When you go crack with that right hand, left hook, and he goes away from you, right, just cut him off a little bit quicker so you're on top of him and you're doing that under him. Then moving up, I cut left hook. Beautiful. It's all right, it's all right. Nice and smooth now. Remember, we want it for another couple of rounds. Shield. Take a deep breath. Come on, another deep breath. Suck right up, Joe. You all right, son? Yeah. Good lad. Ready? Way up. Still a bit of time before you get it landed. Good blocking, good blocking. That's it. Slip and slide, slip and slide. Stay there with him. Stay there with him. Stay there with him. Stay there with him. You watch that bolo. Keep going. Keep him there. Hold him there. Put him to them ropes.
Try to reach a peak, and during a fight what you do is you build it up and build it up, and you come to a certain standard of fitness, and if you go too far you go over the top, you go stale.
Get up.
It's like a special treatment for my hands. It takes all the pain out of my hands. I get a lot of bumps and bruises from punching the bag and punching my sparring partners. It's hot to start off with. Not as hot as the Parafango wax that I put sometimes on my back. Kim looks after me very well. She gives me the full treatment on my back, and if I've sore arms or anything, she'll look after that as well. The girls are all great, you know. But I don't use very many treatments. I just really get the Parafango wax. The wax is the best of all, I find.
It's just good for the muscles.
It's good for the muscles, and it puts in the vital salts and back into the muscles again that you've taken out when you work. And the body is right down. I mean, I've got a bruise on my right arm at the moment. You can see it's right down to the bone, and my arm's throbbing after each sparring session. So I'm going to have to get some wax on that too. Rinty Monaghan said he used to run in a ploughed field. He used to run in the ploughed field because it was so heavy on his legs, and that he'd run round it, and it would make things more difficult for him. He'd use big boots, and lots of fighters run with actual weight on them. You know, a jacket, but. I think as I say, everybody's different. I used to use boots.
Go on, Errol. You had him on the left. You slip to your left there. Come on, bend and relax. Bend and relax. That's it. Relax. Kid him. Threaten him. That's the one. Good try. Good try. Do it again. Sure. Little bend with it and all, Barry. I know you're making him miss, you're working with him. There you go, underneath, go on. Where's the underneath? Double him up. On this. Over.
Grab the granny. Okay, alright, see you down there, your plans, okay. If you can allow you can eat with us if you want, alright? Alright, see ya. Right.
Bloody tea's cold down.
You've been sitting there for 20 minutes. He's going. Oh, Jesus. He doubled him. Jesus. See, he doubles it up. He does it exactly the way you throw it. He throws it exactly the same way as you throw it.
The only difference is he throws it better.
Oh, see, he's gone. See the first one.
What's that?
Body punch. Watch it. What do you see?
He doesn't punch those shots.
He's got his
chops. Big he is.
That wasn't low. That's not a low punch. Was that his last defence? No. Danilo Cabrera, he defended against him after that, didn't he? After that, was it?
He had two defences after that.
Look at the clock. Tick tock, tick tock. Just look at me. Okay, tell me which hand's moving.
Both of them.
Go. Group.
No, tem mulher lá.
Ladies.
Okay.
All the ladies turn the opposite way.
Tem mulher.
Tira.
Ah, tem mulher.
Nine stone, 3 3/4 pounds.
No, llegó y puso la mano acá. La mano,
He wants to open a drink, but he want him back on the scale.
Put him back on there. Let's go shut him up.
What is the mission?
I haven't knocked.
Hey, listen, don't worry. You go back on the scale.
Okay.
Since when did that make you lie?
Where is he? Where is he? Get him here.
Where is the guy?
Let him do it. Get on.
I'm 9-4.
Very, you smell some shit here, boy?
Yeah, got off to about 2 o'clock last night.
Down the clock on the stick.
No, never heard
Yeah.
of it. No.
He says, I'm looking for a couple of tickets. And Leslie says, there's £50 tickets and there's £25. No, not them ones, the free ones. Hello? I says, is that, Frank Warren's Promotions? He says, yes, Frank Warren's Promotion here. And I said, who's that? This is Tammy here. And I said, you're the blondie one. She said, yes, I heard a lot about you. I said, you're the one of the big days.
Referee's instructions to our own corner, I know. And giving me due, Mickey Duff did say, hold it, let's hold centre. Let's break up. And so Don King said, we'll do yous, we're going to knock you out.
I see him all waving the American flag.
We're going to knock you, we're going to knock you out. And Mickey Duff said, well, I'll fight you, and he'll fight all yous. That was me. And I looked round like that. He said, he'll fight.
All I can predict is that I'm going to win. It's going to be very difficult because this guy is very determined. I'm going to go for him. I want to. And I want it really bad, and I want to win really bad. I want to steamroll it over the top of this guy. I try to relax before a fight. I go to bed, but I never sleep.
His father, as you know, was a famous singer, and part of my job is to be chaplain to the singers and to the entertainment industry. And Paddy, God be good to him, used to come to me and he used to tell me, I have this great wee fella, he's a mighty wee boxer, he used to say, you're going to have to see him. And I'd be knocking around the National Stadium in Dublin where the amateur boxers go. And so I went to see this young fella. Oh, and I saw him. I said, he's the wickedest little puncher I've ever seen in my life. And he really was too, you know, even at that stage. I mean, there was no such thing as being second best at that stage. And I thought this guy was just about the most exciting boxer I had ever seen as an amateur. I've been a fan of boxers all my life, but this was the most exciting real thing I'd ever seen. And I used to mention this to other boxing journalists and say, he's all right, but his right hand isn't great, or, you know, he'll probably blossom out like the rest of them. And then I became very close with him right up until the Olympics in 1980, and we took part in Superstars together in 1979. And we had, after that then, each step of the way I've been with him, and I was with him in his good days and in his bad days. I was with him when he won the world title, and I was with him when he lost it, and I was with him when his father died, and I was with him the other night when he was back to normal again, you know. So it's been a long, long time with him. I've spent many, many days with him when there was nobody around, when the loneliness of the long-distance boxer comes to the fore. To the person who doesn't know him, he almost seems too good to be true, but he's a very normal fella, and he isn't too good to be true. He's ambitious, he has talents, he knows what he wants out of life. He wants to use his life to the best of his ability, and that's what I like about him. He has got a good deal of guts and spunk that others haven't got. he's not a Holy Mary, or he's not a fella. I mean, we swap as many dirty jokes as we do prayers every now and again. But he's a guy who believes that he got his talent from God.
Morning, Father.
Southbank, just to let you know, this fight has now been cut to 6 rounds. 6 rounds.
Well, that's only one defeat of 2 sustained by the Crews, and that match is
coming to Jim Watt.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Thank you.
It's alright, so excuse me. Alright, Ron?
Music and
Gentlemen, this is the main event in this Frank Warren promotion, an elimination contest for the world title. Please welcome Francisco Tomas da Cruz. Fighting out of the red corner, the Clone Cyclone, the one and only Barry McGuigan.
top and hand the right hand. Doesn't mean that crack right hand, as soon as you catch him, steady yourself. We're looking for free feet, come free. Harry, move that top arm. That's good, son.
So you want to say something else there, Carl?
I didn't see it.
You right?
Aye.
Aye.
Harold Romero, 10 stone, 3.5 pounds.
We rub you down, won't it?
It's a couple of years on now. I know I'm not going to be able to box forever. I know that this is an open-ended thing, this boxing. I mean, it could be one fight, it could be 10 fights, I don't know. So I realise that it could end after the next one. I want to win the world title again. That's what I want. And, I mean, if I'm not going to win the world title, if I don't feel I'm going to be champion again, I don't want to be in boxing. I don't want to be second best in boxing. It's bad coming second. Trying to destroy me, you know. I had an awful amount of trust in Barney Eastwood. Got very close to. He took me out to Las Vegas. When things started to go wrong and the opponent pulled out, we had a legitimate excuse to come home. I had a very bad injury to my ankle and a very severe injury to my left ear. And I literally begged him to take me home. He wouldn't take me home. And I literally got down on my knees, and he said and made all sorts of excuses, and he still made me go through with the fight. I'll never forgive him for that. I've grown up. Unfortunately, I learned the hard way. I was a bit shell-shocked for a while, but I've got past that stage now. And I just want to look to the future. I want to go on. For a year and a half or 2 years I was confused, and I didn't like myself like that. I didn't trust people. I had a sort of a complex, you know. I felt everybody was
Looks forlornly to his corner. Is there an inspiration? I don't think there is. McGuigan walks in cleverly now on the defence as Pedrosa comes in, leads with his head. The referee separates them. There's 10 seconds to go. McGuigan on the ropes, off the ropes, takes a left to the body. The champion has no venom left. As McGuigan goes for the big finish, catches him with the right hand. It's all over. McGuigan is the new world champion.
McGuigan is caught. He's dazed. McGuigan's in trouble in this last round. Looks to his corner. He's dazed. McGuigan cut him with the right hand and he zigzags into the ropes. And Cruz has hurt McGuigan. McGuigan is caught with the left hand. He's been urged on. And a right and left to McGuigan is on the floor. McGuigan is gone. And there's the bell for the end of the